Hey everybody. I just wanted to hop on here because a lot of you know a little bit about my healing journey or a lot of my healing journey and the fact that it actually wasn't just about me, but it ended up including most of my family as well. I myself and out of four of my kids all have Lyme disease and co-infections that have led to some, especially for me, some chronic illness type humps in the road on my healing journey. And as I look back over where I've come from and where I'm at now, I think it's a journey that will always be part of my life. I think we're always on a journey of one kind or another. So I fully embrace this one and love learning as I go and love sharing what I've learned along the way. And along the way, I have realized three key points to a healing journey that I thought I'd hop on here and share with you in case it helps you either get started with your own journey when you know like you've got to get to the bottom of some health answers, or maybe you have been diagnosed with Lyme disease or co-infections, or you suspect you have it, you know someone, you have a loved one that's walking this path, whatever the case may be. And even if you're walking a healing journey path with loved ones, family like I am, or close friends, spouses, extended family, this would apply to you as well. And is a little bit, these three steps are maybe even a little bit more magnified because you're taking others along with you. And frankly, they might even become even more important steps to take along the way. These steps are great. These three steps are great to me because they can be free and at the very least are super cheap. And a lot of people have come to me and asked specific questions about my healing journey. And this is my honest, truthful answer that I would start with anyone that asked me to elaborate more on, how we've gotten well and how we are healing and all that. So, and also how we do it affordably. Because like I said, these tips are super affordable, if not free. They're what you make them. You can make them free if you want. Okay. Let me elaborate. Number one, on any healing journey, but specific to ours and with Lyme and dealing with the medical community's lack of Lyme recognition, really, and the struggle we've been through with that. My first step is to take full responsibility for being your own advocate and for embracing the journey ahead of you. No matter how short or long it may be, like I said, potentially forever with all its improvements and ups and downs, and that's okay because, like I said, there's always room for improvement. But in terms of getting to your goal, whatever your health goal is, you have to embrace what lies ahead of you and be prepared to fight the battles that need fought, stand up for those who need stood up for, specifically yourself, and be your best advocate, because you are your best advocate within the medical and non-traditional medical community, whatever that looks like. Being prepared to switch providers if necessary, to investigate new treatment options if necessary, to consider all the different ways you can heal, to be open-minded about what might work for you, which might be different than what works for me, by the way. It's different for everyone. And so if you're fully ready to embrace that, then you are ready to take these. You have taken the first step and you are ready to take further steps. If you're not at the place that you're ready to embrace the change necessary, the ups and downs ahead of you, that's okay. You can still begin a healing journey. You can still be on a healing journey. I think you will be limited in the amount of healing you will see and the amount of healing that will be possible. And that's just my personal opinion on it. But that is what I have seen, and that is what I feel like is my truth to share. So that's the first step, taking full responsibility and being fully ready to be your own best advocate. Step number 2, embracing the concept of baby steps. One of my favorite adages is, of all time, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Well, this applies here as well. How do you conquer the mountain ahead of you? How do you cross the ocean in front of you? Whatever, however you look at this, how do you eat this elephant of your healing journey? Baby steps, or one bite at a time, however you want to look at it. Same concept, different analogy. It's all the same, but you, I think, need to be open to just seeing this in bite-sized chunks. It's very overwhelming to think about all that you might possibly have to change in your life or add to your life or do in your life to heal from something chronic and pesty and persistent. But it can be done with baby steps. Where our family is at now has been years in the making, years of those little baby steps, because at first it was super overwhelming to me. Not just like physically and like emotionally overwhelming, but financially overwhelming too. Things can get expensive to treat yourself well, holistically, fully, naturally, and non-toxically, because you're not going to heal if you're not going to do it by eliminating toxins in your life. P.S. by the way, that's a bonus tip and tidbit for you. But it doesn't have to be super costly. It shouldn't throw you into a debt spiral and a financial burden. So consider how you can tackle things in a baby step fashion that suits your needs and your individual healing journey. Okay. And that's going to look different for everyone. I'm always happy to talk more about what our family has done in the baby step fashion. That's another video for another day, but you can always reach out to me if you want to talk more about that. So that's step number 2, baby steps. Oh, hair on the face. All right. Number 3, and possibly the most important of the 3 steps, is going to be for especially for long-term success and long-term like advancement of your health journey. Number 3, mindset. Your mindset, I think, is really going to determine your outcomes. I'm not the only one out there that's going to say that. That is not a particular step that's Adele only. That is from some of the greatest healing people out there worldwide. They're going to tell you that your mindset is going to determine your success and your outcome at the end of the day. You can do this with a poor mindset. You can do this with a illness and disease mindset, a poverty mindset, or lack of abundance, a lack of mindset. But you're going to be better off, have more success, and probably see it faster if you work on developing an abundance mindset, a healing mindset, a positive mindset. And you might think, oh yeah, I'm a pretty positive person. I thought the same thing. And I was for the most part, but I was still speaking over myself and believing disease-laden thoughts and lack of thoughts. And it wasn't furthering my healing journey or my family's. And this is particularly important when you're taking others along with you on a journey. They are subject to your mindset as well. How you treat yourself kind of has ripple effect on those on the journey with you. This is why it's almost even more important when you're doing it with others involved. So mindset is everything. Well, how do you tackle that? You can do it cheap or free. You can start with mindset training that's available to you online, on YouTube, by Googling. You can start with developing your own personal healing affirmations that speak life over your body and truth over yourself and strength into your cells and your soul and your organs and all parts of your healing system. And while that may sound corny to some, you go do your own research. That is based in the truth about our frequencies and our healing purpose. And words have power. We all know that, or else there wouldn't be the sticks and stones may break my bones type of mantras out there, right? Words have power over us. So start with that. Start with your words and how you speak about yourself, about your healing journey, about your life circumstances. Start by turning the script on that. And it doesn't mean you're in denial or that you're sugarcoating the truth if you see your truth as, a lack of or illness-based or whatever. It doesn't mean sugarcoating all that. It means seeing it for what it is and turning it into opportunity and turning it into, all right, we're taking this negative and we're going to make it into a positive. And yeah, it takes effort, it takes work, and it's hard to do when you're feeling crummy. And it's hard to do when you're fighting an uphill battle with your own healing journey. But I'm telling you, it's worth every ounce of effort. If you're able to spend a little bit to get some mindset help, therapy is a great place for it. Neurofeedback is a great place for it. And things like aroma freedom technique or breakthrough sessions with certified providers are a great thing for it. You can do those in your own home. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. And I've got recommendations of who can help you with that. I am not AFT, Aroma Freedom Technique certified myself, but I've got good hookups for that. And that is one way in particular that I have very inexpensively worked on my own mindset consistently. And it makes a world of difference. Do I have more improvement to do? Absolutely, always do. But I'm getting there, and it's helping tremendously with my own healing journey, and it's rubbing off and translating into my children's healing journey as well, being more fruitful, more successful, and going faster. So highly recommend, can't recommend it enough, spending a lot of time on it because it's that important. Mindset work, y'all, mindset work. All right, to recap, while I wrap up here, the 3 steps that you can do free or very cheaply to improve your wellness journey exponentially and heal yourself exponentially are to embrace your role as your best advocate, to accept your responsibility for the journey that lies ahead, and to go at it full force to the best of your ability. That being said, number 2 is to tackle this journey in baby steps that are manageable for your life and where you are now. It is not a marathon. It is not a race. It is a marathon. That's what I meant to say. Lyme brain occasionally gets me. It is not a race to the finish line, but you have control over the steps you take, and that can determine your long-term success as well. And finally, what I spent the most time on and what is possibly the most important step, that of your mindset. Doing mindset work is imperative to your success, both immediately and long-term, and sustained success. So I hope those tips have helped you. If you have any further questions or want to talk more about my personal journey and yours, we can chat. Just reach out. You can find my hookups all in the description where you can reach me. And I'm also going to link what I've written about my healing journey as well, that takes kind of these concepts a step further, but in a very affordable, manageable fashion. Some things you can do right now to be healing from Lyme disease, co-infections from ticks, chronic illness diagnoses, autoimmune stuff, all of that applies. So check that link out and take some next steps if that's where you're at and you're ready to go. All right, friends, I'll talk to you later.